Every year on September 27th, Azerbaijan bows its head in remembrance of those who fell during the 44-day Patriotic War of 2020. However, this date has also become a political and historical milestone as it marks the beginning of a new chapter in the nation's history, a time when the country and its people achieved the status of victors and rose to a fundamentally new level of development. For decades, Azerbaijan faced injustice. The aggressor and the victim were equated in international statements, while UN Security Council resolutions remained merely on paper. The OSCE Minsk group turned the conflict into a frozen comfort zone for Armenia for years. Yet behind this diplomatic silence were destroyed cities, displaced families, and the blood of thousands of innocent people. It was precisely this policy of double standards that made the war inevitable. When Armenian armed forces once again violated the ceasefire in September 2020 and opened fire on peaceful villages, the patience of the Azerbaijani people reached its limit. The decision of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief, President Ilham Aliyev, was swift and uncompromising. A counteroffensive was launched along the entire front. Thus began a new chapter in Azerbaijan's history, the 44-day Patriotic War. In just 44 days, the Azerbaijani army liberated 5 cities, 4 settlements, and hundreds of villages. The symbolic crown of this victory was the city of Shusha, the cradle of Azerbaijani culture. As a result, Armenia, which had for decades hidden behind the guise of negotiations, was forced to sign an act of capitulation. Notably, the victory in the Patriotic War was achieved not only on the battlefield. In this regard, the exceptional historical significance of nearly 30 prominent interviews given by President Ilham Aliyev to foreign media outlets, as well as his addresses to the nation, should be especially emphasized. These interviews, demonstrating high intellect, profound knowledge, a well-thought-out strategy, extensive political experience, and brilliant diplomatic skill of the Azerbaijan's head of state, conveyed invaluable information to the global community in Russian, Turkish, and English about the real situation in Azerbaijan, the scale of Armenian occupation, the complete ineffectiveness of diplomatic negotiations to resolve the issue, the necessity of counteroffensive operations, the essence of the Karabakh conflict, information manipulations against Baku, and other related matters. Through these deeply substantive interviews, the head of state shattered the wall of lies erected by the Armenian side around the Karabakh issue and exposed Yerevan and its patronizing forces. The war demonstrated to the world that Azerbaijan is ready to defend its land and capable of independently reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the region. Our victory shattered the myth of the inviolability of the status quo and transformed Azerbaijan into a key player in the South Caucasus. Today is a day of remembrance. On this day, we both mourn the 2,908 fallen soldiers and pay respect to the thousands wounded, and take pride in the generation that proved that the unity of the people and the army can change the course of history. During these days, the country once again feels the power of the iron fist, the embodiment of national resolve that has united millions of hearts. Even before the war, President Ilham Aliyev repeatedly emphasized that we would avenge the martyrs. Indeed, during the Patriotic War, their heroic deeds were avenged on the battlefield. The memory of these heroes has been embodied not only in words, but in actions. The construction of the Victory Park, the establishment of the Memorial Complex, and the Victory Museum in Baku, and the institution of new orders and medals. This is a political message to the world. Azerbaijan, as a state focused on the future, progress, and modernization, will never forget the price of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Special attention is given to the care of the families of martyrs and war veterans. The state and society demonstrate a rare example of unity, from providing the most advanced prosthetics for war-disabled individuals to multi-million support through the Yashat Foundation. These measures, as an integral part of Azerbaijan's social policy, also serve as a strategic confirmation that victory carries responsibility toward every person who fought and sacrificed for the motherland. The victory in the 44-day Patriotic War became an epic of national resilience, and its political and spiritual achievements will shape the future of the country for decades to come. That is why September 27th is more than just a date on the calendar. It is a day when mourning turns into pride, and memory becomes an eternal pledge to future generations. Azerbaijan will always live as a country of victors.